Hi everyone, welcome back to The Excellent Family. I'm Yanka, the excellent wife and mother. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about why we homeschool. So we started homeschooling with my oldest son, who will be 9 next week. When he was between the ages of 2 and 3. We started, with the preschool thing, and then my next son started with him as well. And so we just, homeschool all along. And before that, we were considering the Montessori school, because I like the Montessori method, as well as the Waldorf. So those are the two schools we were looking at before. But then God called me home to be a homemaker. And, I did that reluctantly, but I'm so glad I did. Obedience. And then I was listening to this, I don't know if it was a podcast, something I was listening to or watching or something. And I remember this guy was interviewing this woman who was a homeschool mom. And they were talking, I'm listening to the entire conversation. And then he said something. He's like, children are like flowers. They grow, or plants. They grow best in their own environment. And that just struck a chord with me. And I just held it in my heart and thought on that, and I researched and all of that. And I felt like God was calling me to homeschool as well. So that's what we did. We just started homeschooling. And I, fitness and exercise science, that's my background. I've been doing it for over 20 years, or most of my adult life. And also I work with kids. So, I tutored, I taught in a Montessori school. I was an assistant teacher in a Montessori school. And I also did the, summer and break enrichment programs at the Montessori school. I grew up in a family of educators, so most of my aunts are either teachers, reading specialists, principals. So I've been around that, education thing. And just, that's one thing I enjoy. I enjoy children. I enjoy them. I like just watching them. And I enjoy the learning process with them. So, I had never considered homeschooling before. It had never crossed my mind. Just something I never thought of. And so I really believe the Father, called my husband and I to this. So, we started back then, and I started with what I think I used. There was a free online curriculum. I can't think of it at the moment, but when I think of it, I'll let you know. But I started with that, and just adding things here and there, taking things away, and seeing kind of what worked and what didn't. And I was all about the schedule, So we were going to do school from like 9 to 12 each day. Then we had P schedule. Then we come back in the afternoon. So it was very structured at first. And then, as time went on, I had the 2 older boys. And then my little girl came, I think, later on that year. And so I just continued on through. And then when I had my fourth one, we took like 2 months off from school. And I remember thinking, once we got started up again, the kids did not they didn't miss a beat. They had not lost anything that I had taught them, we were learning previously. So I was like, okay, there's something to this. But I kept it in my mind. And so as we went along, I remember I was teaching my second son to read. And it got, he was doing well. And then it just got so frustrating because he was taking longer and longer to read the same book. And I told my husband, I'm like, okay, this I cannot do. Something that takes him about 5 minutes to read is taking 20 minutes. And that just frustrated me. I cannot do this. So he was like, well, it's probably what he's reading. He probably doesn't want to read it. So let him read it, something else. And I'm like, well, he likes to check out cookbooks from the library. That's what he likes to. And he said, let him read it. So, let him check out cookbooks and, let him just flip through them, whatever. And then we went on vacation, I think. No, that was before. Never mind. We made a book. I had this idea to make a book. So it was called The Book About Judah. And so it was a book about him. And so, we wrote what his favorite things were, how old he was, where he lived. And it was just all about him when he was born. And he loved it. I mean, he absolutely loved it. And he read it through and through, cover to cover. We made flashcards and he rearranged things and he just loved that. So I was like, oh, okay. And so, as I went on, I just, I saw John 7:15. That's after the whole frustration thing, I came across John 7:15. In the Passion Translation, it says, the Jewish leaders were astonished by what he being Jesus, taught and said. How did this man acquire such knowledge? He wasn't trained in our schools. Who taught him? And then the other verse that, kind of what I've had from the beginning of homeschool was Isaiah 54:13, which says, all your children will have God for their teacher. What a mentor for your children. So I just hang on to those verses, it's not me. I always say, Father, you just teach the children through me, however you want to lead, because I don't know everything. And even when they ask me things, I'm like, I don't know, but let's look it up, because children, you know how children are. They ask like 1,001 questions. So what I do, I have my phone, I'll write them down, depending on where we are. And then I can build a study around it. Or if it's something quick, we'll look it up. But if it's something that I can expand upon and maybe do a unit study, then we'll do that. But for the most part, our schedule changes throughout the year. So we'll do some unschooling. We do a little more structure at times. For the most part, we're unschoolers. We're eclectic. But, it changes. We do have structure. So like in the mornings, usually we'll come together. We do the Pledge of Allegiance, usually regularly. We do the Star Spangled Banner. We do the Psalm 91 confession. We do our personal family declaration as well. And each kid has their own declaration that they do first thing in the morning when they wake up. And then we also we'll read together. We read the Bible together as well. So we read books and read the Bible. That can be either morning or evening, or actually any time of day, whenever, we might sit down and just read something. And they all have their own things. So I have a course of study for all of them. And I do, stuff week to week. And I do a lot of observing too. So I have things out for them. But I'll watch them as well, and just make recordings, because some people like playing things out. And I have just like a loose plan, kind of the things that I want them to learn, or they're part of the process. So we're going to restart up our regular heavier schedule in a few weeks. We're still in summer, but we homeschool year round. So it's lighter in the summer. Right now we're vacationing, but I stopped at the dollar store because we're going to be here for about 2 weeks, and just picked up a couple of things for them, just to keep their minds active. Because I was thinking, just like, when I'm on vacation, I exercise and it's good for my body. And I think, reading, doing, some work is still good for the mind. So I just picked up a couple of things just at the dollar store. I got like a pack of paper. I mean, kids are so creative with paper. They write stuff, draw stuff. Some pencils, of course, crayons. We got flashcards because my boys are working on multiplication, and I got division ones as well. Like I said, all dollar store. And then I got the girls. My one girl, she's kindergarten, first grade-ish. And then I got a preschooler. So they're 3 and 5. So I just picked up this and then a word bind for the boys. So they'll have, stuff to keep their mind engaged while they're here. And so, and another reason why I homeschool is, not only because I'm being obedient to God, but as I thought about it, I'm like, I knew my husband wanted to be a snowbird. And I was thinking of travel. I knew we would be leaving a few times, or more than a few times throughout the year. And I didn't want the hassle of always having to pull him out of school and keep this on track or whatever. So fast forward, here we are these years later, and we are on vacation again. So this is like our third, we're at our vacation home, let me tell you that. And we're like, been back and forth. So, I don't have to pull them out of school or anything. And we have some other vacations planned towards the end of the year. So, that's just something that goes along with, that's just a part of how our family functions. And so homeschool was just the best option for us. And that's it. You have to select what works best for your family. And then too, I like not having to get up and, be somewhere at a certain time, have the kids at school, get everybody up and all of that. I can just do without all that hustle and bustle. Some people are good at it and, more power to them. But I just like, get up in the morning, just kind of having time to just be, and then, let the kids wake up on their own rhythm. They're usually not up until 7:30 or after. Depends on, like, I think the boys, they were sent to bed maybe a couple hours ago, but they're just going to bed. Now they're quiet. So, just kind of let them ease onto the day. We have breakfast together, to clean and get started with school. And it takes us, we don't school very long. It takes us about, in the summers, you get about 45 minutes to an hour. And then the regular schedule, anywhere from an hour and a half to 2 hours. I don't usually see more than 2.5 hours. So depending on what we're doing. So that's homeschool, unschool, and why we do it. And I just think it's such a great choice for our family. So thanks for watching. I'll guess I'll post another video at some point soon, but I'll see you in the next video. And please do me a favor, like, subscribe, comment, and share, and turn on that notification bell. And I'll see you again real soon. Bye.